on. A lot
You
of
remind me
you
a lot of my
have
therapist.
asked
Just
me
like put on a
behind the
hand
scenes,
cream. Like my therapist is like,
what
is it okay if I
is
eat?
it
Like, go
when
for it.
somebody says that they care
I
about
am
you,
doing
primarily
pricing,
your
so yeah.
family, right? They say that, you know, they care about you. They say we're family. They say I love you. I care about your
As
well-being.
long as
I
you
want
do
you to
the
make
thing
it
they
in
want
life.
you to do.
And yet, what they show me in their behavior and how they engage me is not the same. A lot of you have asked me, what is that called? And so
Manipulation.
in tonight's live chat, I see you guys signing on. I'm going to
I
acknowledge
hate
some
you,
of
don't
you as
leave
we go
me.
along. But in tonight's live chat, I'm going to talk about, you know, a topic I don't think that there's much conversation on, and that's deceptive affection.
I like planes.
And you may have a little bit of an idea. I've tried to post some shorts on my channel, community posts, to really help you understand what deceptive affection actually is. It's a very interesting concept, and I'm going to get into this in a little bit here, but it's a very interesting concept, and a lot of you most likely have experienced it. Now, as we talk about deceptive affection, I'm also going to bring in what's going on at the family level. You know, deceptive affection can actually happen in any relationship. It tends to be mainly studied in romantic relationships and friendships, not so much in family, but families do show deceptive affection. So I'm going to break that down for you. But I also want to highlight family slander in tonight's live chat, because what happens with deceptive affection is, and especially in a family, is that the individual who is not being honest about how they really feel about you, how they really feel about the relationship that you are in with them, is they go behind your back most of the time, and they talk to other people that you guys know together, or they talk to family members that they can triangulate with or manipulate, and they say things about you that isn't healthy, and it creates deceptive affection, because again, they're going behind your back. This is, let's say in the context of a family, they're going behind your back. They're talking to other family members. They're talking to maybe even close family friends, and they are not satisfied with the relationship that is between the two of you. And so they say things about how you think, how you feel, how you behave, right? Maybe they're telling some secrets that you've shared with them. Maybe for some reason they are trying to manipulate the situation and pit people against you. Whatever it is deceptive affection. And sometimes this happens right at the core of family slander. Now, let me give you just a brief overview of what family slander is before I start welcoming you guys to the conversation. Family slander is the process by which there are multiple family members who may have in some way become in a partnership with or a team with somebody else in your family, or, you know, maybe one of your friends, maybe a coworker of yours, and they have decided together to come against you. And while they are coming together against you, they are also creating a situation where bad things are being said about you, opinions are getting thrown around about you that may or may not be true, and there may also be some manipulation of information to make you look like the bad one. And so deceptive affection and family slander tend to go hand in hand. Let me just welcome some of you to the live chat as you sign on. Hi, Betsy. Welcome to the chat. So glad to have you tonight. Glad to see you. Hope you're having a great Friday. Anaphylaxis, hello and welcome. Glad to see you. Live Life, hello and welcome. Hope you're doing well today as well. I'm going to put your comments on the screen. Kyra Knows 144, hello and welcome. I feel like I haven't seen you in a while, so welcome. Glad to see you in tonight's live chat. Travel DD, hello and welcome. Glad to have you back. Ben Collins, hello and welcome. Welcome. Glad to see you. Sovereign Lupilu, I hope I'm saying that correctly. Welcome. Glad to have you in tonight's live chat. I don't remember seeing you, so welcome. Glad to have you. Yeah. Elizabeth, hello and welcome. Glad to see you. Yeah, glad to see you. Welcome. Courtney Fraser, hello and welcome. Glad to see you in tonight's live chat. Deb, hello. Yes, glad you made it. So glad you made it. Welcome. Elizabeth, this is so cute. I'm going to put this on the screen so other people can see it. She says, I think I'll fall asleep. I'm so sleepy. Oh my God, me too. Please don't do that. You're going to make me go to sleep. But then I'll watch it later. Yes, thank you. Often Tamara's voice is my lullaby because in my time zone, her lives are around midnight. Oh, that's so true. That's so true. And even my UK people, you guys have a time zone that's not like mine. So I'm so sorry. So sorry. Sunflower and Sunflowers, hello and welcome to the chat. So glad to have you. Happy Friday to you.
Sérum C Éliminateur Éclat de santé Cétafil présente une approche complète pour atténuer efficacement divers types de taches brunes et conférant ainsi à la peau un aspect plus unifié et estompant l'apparence des ridules. Suis ton cœur, on prend soin de ta peau.
Demo Summer must-have. This is a portable fan which can be adjusted over 3 feet, which is also rechargeable and comes with a remote control. I really love that I can easily take it.
Please, I swear to fucking God, you guys can't just stop each other.
Welcome, glad to have you. Eartha Page, hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Welcome to the chat, glad to have you. Yes. Okay, so for those of you who are just signing on, I've been talking a little bit about deceptive affection, and we're going to jump into what it is in just a second here. I want to go ahead and welcome the rest of you. All of you sign on at the same time, so I'm probably going to skip a few of you, but I love to see you. I'm so glad to see you, Fairy Girl. Hello, thank you for that. Yanni Body TV, hello, and happy Friday to you too. Lou Stunt, hopefully I said it correctly. Welcome to the chat, glad to have you. And Hanny, hello and welcome. Hopefully I said that correctly. And Cherry's Jubilee, welcome. I'll continue to welcome most of you as we go along. I also see Tay, the Gemini. I'm a Gemini too. Should I have said that? I don't know. Maybe I should have said that. I'm a Gemini too. So we're like this. We're similar in some things, I'm sure. I told somebody I was a Gemini the other day because my birthday is coming up here in May. And the person I was talking to was literally a complete stranger. And they were like, you're Gemini? Oh my God. No, you probably split down the middle. You're probably so wishy-washy. And that's not true. That's not true. Thank you guys. I'm going to put this up on the screen so you guys can see how lovely the audience is. Yeah, look at that.
Go away.
See? Yep. Team Gemini. There you go. Yep.
Gemini.
Yes. Awesome. Glad to have you guys. All right. Prism. I don't know if I said that right. Prism? Hopefully I did. Hello and welcome. Glad to have you. So glad to see you. An empowered woman. Hello. Longtime stranger, it feels like. I don't know. Glad to see you and welcome. All right. So we've been talking just a little bit about deceptive affection. Let's go ahead and just jump in. Okay, guys? You guys are probably like, what environment are you in? I have had the luxury of trying to recover. And maybe at some point I'll tell you all about my health journey. I don't know. I have to ponder that. But I've been blessed enough to be home in my home office talking to you guys. Today I'm in the office, so my background looks different, just so you guys aren't like, where is she? I'm at the office today. So we've been talking just briefly about deceptive affection, and let me just review what this is, okay, guys? And I want you to think of deceptive affection in the family context, and in the context of dysfunctional family, because deceptive affection is really something that happens in the middle of dysfunctional families or dysfunctional relationships where you believe that there is a connection, there's a loving connection, that person feels the same way that you feel about them, that you guys are on the same page, not that, this person is lying, that they are really manipulating you, your thoughts, your feelings, and even your behaviors. There's no thought in your mind that maybe they feel completely opposite of you, right? And that's what makes this so traumatic. Sometimes deceptive affection can be traumatic, and it can even be the foundation of the development of PTSD. I know you've heard of people, and I have clients like this. I had one today that came to the office where you're in a long-term relationship, right? Maybe you've been married for 45 years, for example. Maybe you've been dating for 5 years, and all of a sudden, something happens in that relationship where you're no longer close to them and they're no longer close to you. And it feels like you are sleeping next to the enemy, like you are sleeping next to a stranger, or maybe you're sitting at a table with or having a conversation with somebody that feels like a stranger. They look the same, they have the same mannerisms, they are engaging with you in a similar way that they always do, but there's one little small thing about them that is different. It's not what you're used to. Deceptive affection is not felt by the person. Let's say, for example, it's your father or your mother, right? You guys have never really had a good relationship, but there are times when your mom, your dad look like they truly love you. Deceptive affection comes in when they don't feel deep love for you. They don't have that. The only reason that they are, appearing as if you're close, appearing as if they love you, is to maintain a function of the relationship. An example of this might be, maybe you've had a baby, maybe that mother and father, they are now grandparents, and the only way that they can stay connected to their grandchild, their new grandchild, is to maintain a relationship with you. And so there's a functional piece to the puzzle. The only reason they're showing you affection, showing you love, trying to be there with you is because they are trying to maintain a part of the relationship that's going to benefit them in some way. So research suggests in the psychology that deceptive affection tends to be an operation in relationships that are falling apart, family, romantic, coworker, whatever. The relationship is falling apart, but the affection that's deceptive is really helping to maintain a part of that relationship that is still needed, right? You have to communicate with your mother and father so that your child can have their grandparents. The grandparents have to communicate with you so they can have connection to the grandchild. Deceptive affection is also, I'm going to say, is also primarily the cause of relationships that fall apart, and it's hard to mend them back because there's no love in the first place. That's what I'm trying to get out, guys. Sorry, it's been a long day. But there's no way to mend a relationship where there never really was any deep love and affection. So let's say, for example, you have a relationship with your cousin. You guys have been very, very close. You thought you were close. You thought you loved each other. You thought maybe you could grow up and have a life together and support each other and really be like siblings and not cousins, right? So there you are, excuse me. Thinking that the relationship is close, everybody's getting along, you're getting along, you two, life looks wonderful, right? One day you do something, that cousin completely pulls out of the relationship, walks away, and doesn't want to have anything to do with you. Let's say you try to mend the relationship between the both of you together again. It may be very, very difficult. It may feel like an absolute battle because there was never really any love there in the first place. The only reason you two were so close is, number one, maybe you loved and cared about your cousin, but you never paused to think, do they feel the same way? You never paused to ask yourself, are we mutual in this relationship?
Well,
yeah. So your cousin, the only reason she stayed in communication with you, this is an example.
When they get to know you. And as soon as you're like, I have nothing left. I literally, like, you such me dry, and literally, I have nothing left.
Something, a part of that relationship that kept that cousin holding on, but there was never really any love. Deceptive affection is basically this. I'm going to remain in communication because it's benefiting me in some way. Always. But it also allows me to gain something from this relationship that I can personal development. I can use relationship.
Get that ball.
It may also make me maybe if I stay connected to my marriage for 50 years, it'll make me look really good.
Yeah, that's fucked up, yo.
Marriage that, lasts for 52 2 years. Most people
Right
don't. So
here,
I'm gonna stay
fucking.
in this
Apparently,
relationship because
Ashley
it's
Madison
good,
is what
it's
keeps
fun.
marriages together. Like, what the fuck? I gotta figure that one out.
Several years ago. Okay, so you're probably familiar with some of these kinds of scenarios that I'm giving you here. This is deceptive affection. Deceptive affection. It's really something that a person will use for some secondary reason to maintain a relationship, to look good, to not, create a situation where the relationship is on the rocks. It, helps to maintain peace and peace of mind if you don't rock the boat, whatever the situation may be. The other person does not feel as connected to you as maybe you feel.
What you got?
And that's what can underlie PTSD.
You got a ball?
Right?
Oh, you got a ball. Very
It's
nice.
important. In a relationship, in a family situation where there is
You got a ball?
deceptive affection, there's also strategic operation to maintain something. The other individual has to strategically plan how they're going to show that they love you. And sometimes that can feel patronizing to you. Sometimes that can also feel kind of minimizing, condescending, and it can also feel inauthentic and not very genuine. Right? Because what you're feeling. Maybe you don't feel love, but they are just showering you as if they love you. I
just
hate
kind of
this word because a lot of people overuse it, guys. But love bombing, I hate using that term because so many people use that in today's society to refer to all the wrong things, or sometimes they use the term unnecessarily. But it is kind of like a form of love bombing. I'm just gonna shower you with love and affection and tell you I love you and tell you
go away.
I always wanted a family member. I'm just gonna make it look like we are like this because there's a secondary reason why I'm doing this. Verbal communication can also show deceptive affection. Research suggests that there are some individuals, they try to maintain a relationship. You can tell just by what they say and how they say it, right? How that message is delivered. You can really see that the relationship is not where the other person would like it to be. It is not there at all. And you can tell that just by what the individual is saying. Research also suggests, with deceptive affection, that there's kind of like this face-saving energy, right? I have to save face. And the only way I do that is to appear as if I love my spouse, to appear as if I love my father and my mother, when the reality is I don't. Sometimes deceptive affection also occurs for emotion management reasons. I don't want to fight. So in order to protect me from having to fight, having to explain myself, I'm just going to avoid, right? I'm going to engage in what's called conflict avoidance. I'm not going to get into a fight with you, so I'm just going to shower you with love. And I may over-shower you. It's almost like I'm overshooting. And that's typically how you can find deceptive affection. The individual just does things in a way that just doesn't feel authentic. It feels very, very fake. It can also be a form of gaslighting.
There's so many players in town, and they brought the plague.
As well. Let's say, for example, your brother, so we're going to use an example of a sibling. Let's say, for example, your brother has always loved you, and you thought that he always loved you. You guys have been very, very close. You get into an argument, you get into a spat. You guys haven't talked to each other in 20 years. Now you're trying to bring your families back together and trying to forgive each other. Right? And the only way that he knows how to communicate with you is to make it look like
my brain
the relationship has never been a problem, that he's always loved you no matter what, that he's never really been angry with you.
Really.
It's gaslighting because the relationship
there isn't no matter what. There's a condition.
There was tension between the two of you. But deceptive affection, he's going to make it look like nothing was ever wrong at all. Nothing was ever wrong. You never had a problem. He didn't hold anything. He didn't hold any malice against you. He didn't, regret the sibling relationship. Everything was fine. So deceptive affection can really be a gaslighting technique as well, especially if you have a family member who is a narcissistic personality. They want to look right at all times. They're going to use deceptive affection to get over on you, to minimize you sometimes, and to also save face and to make themselves look good.
The first thing was,
all right, I'm gonna go to the chat box, see what you guys are saying. I also want to give you a definition of
Happy
what
Pillows
deceptive
for my
affection
birthday.
is, so you can know in a
That was the
nutshell what
first
it
thing.
is. I'm also gonna bring in
And then
slander,
the last one,
maybe
and I
slander
was
in a
like,
minute
fuck
here.
this. Like,
So let's see what you guys are saying.
Don't you ever get tired of being so angry all the time? It's like,
Live
oh,
Live says
fuck that.
Libra rising.
Yeah, I wanted to
Libra
hit her more in
rising.
my
Yeah,
house.
my mom's a Libra. My mom's a Libra. Dragon Man
Fucking
says
actually,
hello,
she's fucking
welcome to the
super
live chat. Glad to
patient.
have you tonight.
It's like, yeah, but you forget, like, I'm the one who used to, like, stand up to your bullies for you.
Earth the Page says
you were in high
going
school,
through
so-
this right now. Yeah.
Like, she just talks that shit. She just runs her mouth.
Because, and I'm gonna mention this here as well.
Just wait until you talk that shit to
There's
your fucking husband.
manipulation at the core of it.
Let's see how he
And
responds
you
to that.
don't know, should I believe
Probably not.
the person who says that they love and care about me, or should I keep up a barrier, a defense wall to protect myself because I sense that this person is not being 100% honest with me? There's also the flip side of that too, where the manipulation is, I'm going to shower you with love and affection and praise and make you feel like the most wonderful person in the world, and yet on the other side of that, I know I don't care about you one bit, but I'm doing this for some secondary reason. Maintenance of the relationship to make myself look good, right? Or to avoid conflict of some kind, or to save face, you know? So deceptive affection can be really cruel, right? It can be really cruel. You may not even see it coming that the person doesn't care about you as much as you thought. Lou Scott says, how do you deal with family members humiliating you? Yeah, that's a good question. I think that's a question and answer for the next live chat. But I think when you have family members who are humiliating you, it's okay to kind of withdraw from that environment. Or
every time you do, fucking
and if they have
mental
questions about what they did
breakdown
wrong,
and
I would
starts
tell them.
fucking
You know,
crying
this is
and
what you
shit.
did, and I
Like,
didn't really
because
appreciate
she
it. I
fucking
didn't really
sometimes like
appreciate
2
it.
hours to
And I
fucking
needed
calm her
to take a
down.
step away.
This
You
is
know, I
fucking
needed to
so
kind of
fucking annoying.
protect my mental health.
I'm like, but why? Why did you do that? You just
So,
did nothing.
you know, that's my answer in a nutshell.
She would have.
Don Juan,
She would've.
welcome to the live chat tonight. Glad to have you. Yeah, Live Live says keeping up appearances. Absolutely. Absolutely.
But you know what? Now they can both suck the
Elizabeth
shitty
says,
energy out of
this
each
is
other.
super painful for me. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't blame you.
Enjoy not smelling anything ever again, asshole. I bet, you know what would help with her fucking stupid, COVID vaccine fucking adverse reaction? Hot. $5. So they would say that fucking pot is the way to cure long fucking COVID.
Yeah. Eartha Page says, my mother to a T. And then she
But it has to be a certain kind of pot.
to let me down.
It has to be anti-inflammatory.
I'm sorry that you have to go through that as well. But keep in mind that deceptive affection can happen a lot in a parent-child relationship. And
Because I think that it's nerve damage, neurological damage. Sorry.
Parent-child
I think it's neurological damage, and it's when people get like a soy allergy or a gluten allergy. Because you've taken all the fucking food out of your food.
And there's a
The
sibling.
solution is not to eliminate that food.
Parents that engage
It's fucking
negatively with their
ridiculous.
children, and they're very immature, or
Train
they
your
are
body to fucking
emotionally
accept it.
unavailable, they will be
My body
disappointed
fucking
in their
eats what I tell it
affection.
to.
These kind of parents,
Looks like
will
that.
look like parents at a PTA meeting,
Wait, are you working on that bone over there?
Parent-teacher
Back up?
meeting, or some kind of school meeting, or something. They will look like these
Wait.
doting, caring,
How you doing with that?
really engaged parents.
Please don't
And
swallow
as
it
soon as
whole.
you get home, they detach emotionally from you. And you know, they're not the loving parent that
I
you
don't trust
need.
you at all.
Eartha Page, I'm going to get into this a little bit more here tonight, so stay tuned. Yanni Buddy TV says that is totally sinister to play with someone's emotion in that manner. Yes, it is. A sociopath will do that.
Okay.
A psychopath will do that. Let me briefly define both. So, sociopath and a psychopath are essentially the same thing. The only difference with a psychopath is that they tend to be more strategic. They also tend to be a little bit more intelligent in terms of how they operate. So they're not as clumsy as a sociopath. The sociopath also tends to rise in their career. You will see these kind of individuals as politicians, maybe even the president. A psychopath is your Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay, so that's the only difference between a sociopath and a psychopath. A sociopath and a psychopath will engage in deceptive affection. They will show affection, and they will sometimes dote on you, and they will show you all of these positive emotions only to later let you down, either through behavior or words that they never really loved you in the first place. And this can happen in a parent-child relationship. Michelle Faria, I hope I said that correctly. Welcome to the chat. So glad to have you. Hanny says, what is the difference between deceptive affection and narcissism? Narcissism is a personality disorder, meaning that it's a pervasive, chronic, long-term pattern of behavior that's really difficult to treat. It's difficult to change. You know, it's kind of like when you think of a personality disorder, this is the best way I can explain it. It's really like trying to change someone's natural humor, trying to change someone's natural mood state, their temperament. A personality disorder is like that. It's very, very hard to change, and it may never change. So a personality disorder would be narcissism. Deceptive affection is something that a narcissist may use as a tool. Okay, it's not a personality disorder. It's a tool, and they will often use it. A narcissist can use deceptive affection to get over on you, to get what they want, to manipulate you, to triangulate, and really create chaos in your world and even in your mind.
After everything I've fucking done for you,
individual, for example,
and you're abandoning
that will
me.
say that he loves you and wants to marry you. And
Oh yeah, that was great. That was the best. And you know what's better? When they don't. And then you start fucking doing it. Be like, oh, okay, so you're never gonna fucking even offer, so I guess it's up to me to do. No. You know what's really great? Having a boyfriend. He's like, well, you're not getting married. It's kind of stupid. I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. And that really convinced me. Because you want me to wear her wedding dress.
I had several family members who do this. Yeah.
Never wanted to fucking get married. I think it's stupid. I want to fucking pay for a bunch of people who are technically by law related to me, but every day, every other day, they don't give a fuck about me. They don't give a fuck about my relationship. Right? I don't need their fucking their check on my checkbox for me to be with somebody. Like, I don't care what they're thinking of fucking. I really don't.
We don't think that this would happen among kids.
I don't appreciate it.
But it happens all the time. All the time.
As long as people get through appliances, honestly, that are like you and not from the garbage store. You know, that would probably just be one more big disappointment. So glad we did not do that yet. Or ever. Because I should genuinely couldn't see that was something like that I wanted to do. Because like every little girl gets like magazines or like fucking wedding magazines and like fucking they go through them like, oh, what do you do this would be like every female has done that, I think. If you haven't, you might be lesbian. Some daddy issues.
But I will say, you know, the golden child in a
like I just want to wear a big, pretty poofy dress. Like, I don't give a fuck about fucking
affection
distinct to you marriage. Like, because either way, with or without the marriage, there's not a conversation of divorce. Like, divorce was not really a word that was used in my home ever, even when they did separate.
So yes, I can see it in that dynamic for sure. Whoever knows is having a hard time.
The Shibayama test course, where Lexus peak precision.
Oh,
The
yeah.
other name, sport,
Did you check?
primed to perform for you. With special offers this season.
No, don't you dare.
Time to seize
You go in my pile of dirt and I fucking end you.
Road ready.
I'm almost done. I know. You want food. I know.
Yeah. Anaphylaxis says this has been the perfect.
I really like that chick name, Anaphylaxis.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Great name.
Absolutely. We're gonna get into that in just a little bit here. Cheers Jubilee says, like love turns on and off. Yeah, absolutely. Cheers Jubilee.
Yeah.
It is like that person's love turns on and off.
Yeah.
It's awful. All right, let's get back into the content. Now, let me explain just briefly how deceptive affection kind of fits into family slander. So here's what happens.
And then the day they decide, you know what, mom's not fucked up. Mom's not fucked up anymore. Caitlin needs somewhere to live with her child, her children, and her fucking abusive husband. So, and he's got a really good paying job.
That is not healthy. So here's what
That
happens.
his daddy got him.
Let's say, for example,
That's
your father has children from another relationship, and he's always showered you with affection, love, graciousness. You thought you were his favorite. You guys were trying to have a family.
That's why my
but you
grandfather
set some
apparently molested
dysfunctional
my mom.
family patterns, right?
When she was
Let's say
8,
you
and he
realize
thought she
that
wanted it
your
because she
father
would call him daddy and
realized
stuff.
your father is now going to his
Like,
other
the fact that that's
daughter
a fucking
to talk
category of
about
porn is
you.
also
He
very
needs
fucking
tips on how
disturbing
to manage your
to
mood
me.
disorder. He
Like,
needs, some insight on how to become a better
I
father.
don't know. I don't know why we just kind of like socially accepted this.
He wants to know how to,
It was like a
crack that nut and get through to
specific
you
thing
and
that
be able to connect with you.
men
At the same
have.
time,
Because,
he's
like,
talking
you don't,
negatively
I don't know.
behind your back
Even when
to
women
his
do
other
it too, because
daughter.
they notice that
What
women
you
do it now too,
want
where they
in that
go
kind of
for like
scenario is something known as a family
young,
alliance. A family alliance.
like
And what that is
prepubescent
it's
kind
like
of
this
men,
treaty.
and that is just like
It's this really
very just like
tight-knit
disturbing.
kind of
And like
relationship
mothers, I feel like
your
that's what's
father
ruining
has built
men,
with his other
is
daughter.
mothers
And so what does
that
do
have
to
like
you on the outside as his
oddly
other daughter,
close
right?
relationships with their
Because he's going
sons.
to his daughter from another
Like my
relationship to
last
talk
boyfriend,
about you
his
behind your
mom
back. He may also
used to
call you
get
names.
jealous of the
He may
girlfriend,
curse,
of like
scream,
even
yell,
like
fuss,
his
whine,
brother.
tell all your
It's like he
secrets.
can potentially be like a very like good looking guy,
Why does she pick you out
but
this way? Everything
the mother would never like.
you
Can't even imagine the first girlfriend that he was saying that like he brought to dinner, but she's quiet and they're like fucking razzing her kind of. I'm like, obviously she's not native because fucking native girl will tell you to shut your fuck face. Probably fucking is shy. But she used to get jealous of his boyfriends and say like, oh, you're taking my little baby boy away from me. And like, hey, that's so fucking weird though. Like, cause he's like 30. He's not here. He hasn't lived in home since he was 18. Like, it's fucking weird. Like, uncomfortably fucking like inappropriate. Yep. During Eric's funeral, it got so fucking bad at one point. Oh my god. On the lawn of the church, about 10 of them, all in a circle. And they're doing that thing that teenage girls do when they're being mean girls. And they're all in a circle. And they're like talking, like whispering, like really, really quietly. Or they're trying not to whisper, but they're trying to talk quietly. And I kind of noticed that they're all over there. And they kind of like were looking in my general direction. But I was just like sitting by myself on the lawn. And they were like all just like kind of staring at me and then trying to be like, oh, don't stare, don't look over. Like, I was just like, what are they doing? Like, what are they doing? What's going on over there? Like, why do it look like they're all conspiring for something? And I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna actually go check that out. So. And he walked out, and apparently they were like trying to conspire to bring me to a rehab against my will. And they were gonna get me in the car, and they were gonna bring me to a rehab facility and not tell me. And then, like, hopefully when I got there, I would be willing to go. I was just like, apparently he was furious. Like, okay, so that is probably the worst idea ever. I don't recommend you guys doing this because she will never forgive you. And I was like, wow, Fury, you like stood up for me. Cool. Good move though on your part too.
It's close. It's so close that it's unhealthy.
Oh, man.
That's what I'm trying to say. And so that's an unhealthy alliance. Or
They were
an
making me
unhealthy
go to the
coalition.
after party for
And we
Eric's
certainly
fucking
don't
funeral.
want that. Just
And I
send
really did
affection
not want to
that
go.
comes in when,
And Katie made a
your mom
big
says,
fucking
"You're my
mistake
love, and
about it.
I love you, and
On
I've
the
been
front lawn of
always
the
so
church,
proud of
telling you like,
You've done
oh, you're
everything
not
I
coming?
could
Are you serious?
ever
Like,
wanted in a
you're actually not
life,
gonna go.
and I admire you, and you are
And I was
the
like,
best,
no,
and
I'm not.
so
Because,
proud
like,
of
I
you."
don't
And
want
they
to
talk to
babysit
you like they
a
really
bunch of
mean it.
people who drank too
And they
much
go away from you.
during a
And now
funeral
we're talking
that
about
I'm
this
also
person
very
who
much
was
struggling
birthday
with.
at A, B, and
Like,
C. Why would she marry him? Why would he do that? Why would
yeah,
he
that,
talk like
that's what,
that?
that was my
I'm so
problem with time,
worried.
where I was just
I'm
like,
so worried.
how did
He
this
does
happen?
this for a living, and it's not a good job.
Because I was trying to figure out how the fuck
Yap,
this happened.
and that's what can happen.
And it was literally
dysfunctional
because
families.
they didn't want to stop partying themselves, and they made it a point to make sure that everybody fucking did not tell me how bad Eric was. Because I would do something about it, and their party would have to stop.
The slander piece of this last tonight, guys.
He was,
Somebody on my YouTube channel who's been
I saw him have a bruise on his arm one time, and I was like, you got it, sister? Never again.
Something on the topic of slander. Help me understand what that is. So that's why I'm bringing this into this. Family slander and deceptive affection go hand
You got a
in hand.
girlfriend.
Just
His
like
latest
family
birthday, real
coalition
girlfriend.
can also
I think he had undiagnosed Asperger's.
affection.
Because like he would have like really like cute girls in high school that like would like be like sitting on his lap at a party, and she'd be like, she'd go to the bathroom, she's like, hey, I'll be right back. Like, and I'm just like, okay, cool. So you're gonna date that girl, whatever, and you're gonna try to hook up with the one that book thing. He's like, what? We're friends. I was like, okay, but Eric, you know, you get she's into you, right? Like, he's like, really? You think so? I'm like, yeah, but she's only been sitting on your lap for the past like hours. I think she might be into you. He's like, oh, really? Like, I think he has Asperger's. Apparently, he has PTSD. Treated for it during childhood, and I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know anything about that. Even Patrick didn't even fucking know about it. Like, they found the paper was doing all this stuff.
And somebody kind of lords themselves over you in the relationship, and in order to maintain
they didn't want to stop partying themselves, so they made it a point to not tell me, and they tried to say, oh, we didn't want you to go shooting up with him. I was like, okay, that's like not like you're not even trying to make like a half decent excuse, because like I don't know what universe
psychology calls it.
I would
Or
be like,
power differential. That person has power over you in some way. Maybe they're the family member that knows all the secrets. Maybe they're the rich family member.
Let's just say, hypothetically,
Maybe,
you know what? Let's say hypothetically, I would have. It would have literally been because I tied him up in the basement. I'm like, we're gonna withdraw, and if necessary, we can withdraw together if you really fucking need that. But I would have tied him up in the basement. I would have forced him to fucking. And then after 2 weeks, I'd let him go. And if he wants to go back to that lifestyle, we can do this all over again. Because I'm about there with my brother at this point. Like, and you know what sucks? It's just like I was making a joke. Obviously, it's not a funny joke at all, but I was just making a joke, and every single person so far has been like, yeah, that could work.
I am going to shower you with praise.
And I'm like, okay, well, maybe not.
In a conditional way, you have to make me happy.
Not a good idea to fucking be like openly conspiring to drug a person to force them to withdraw.
I'm putting a quarter
And
in.
force them to get off drugs.
Give me something, then I'm going to praise you. I'm going to love bomb you. I'm going to give you all this love and affection.
This is just like so not like him.
Because at the core,
And I don't know
that much. And I don't really like it.
Whatever
Just trying to
drug
get
this
something out of
is
you.
so
Or I'm
fucking
trying to
strong.
protect something. Or I'm
Like,
trying
and
to
it's
save
so
face.
fucking
Or
addictive.
I'm trying to
Like
look like
that.
a good
I don't
mother,
know.
good father.
Never
Or
seen
I'm
people
trying
fucking
to
addicted like
husband
this.
or wife. So, yeah, conditional love is often at the core of this phenomenon as well. Let me also add, before I go to the chat box, withheld
Never seen
affection
it
is
anything like
also
this.
a
Honestly,
part
like
of deceptive affection. This is how you know that this is happening to you. Love tends to be inconsistent and withheld.
see, because like the cocaine, at least cocaine, there's a
dependent connection between you and that
eventually
person,
when people start to find out, there's a shame. to it.
You know, and so.
But like some people can push past the shame part of it and just be like numb themselves even more with it.
And that's because it's not a true loving relationship or situation. The relationship, the affection, the love,
and now fucking dirt too. I just like I don't understand.
It is all deceptive. It is all deceptive. It is used against you, really, in the end. All right, let me
I just don't understand why fucking.
I'm going to give you some ways to manage this and deal with this, and then we're going to wrap up for the night. Tomorrow, I have a video for you. We're going to talk, we are, as a group, we can talk a little bit more about deceptive affection in my video coming up tomorrow. And then, guys, we're going to get into the topic of stalking. So stay tuned for that. I know a lot of you probably have had experiences there as well.
No, not really.
All right, so Live Life says, I feel like deceptive affection is done to keep you close enough, just so they can continue abusing you. It's sadistic behavior, yeah. And you may actually find, and I agree with that, you may actually find that a dark empath is an individual who will use deceptive affection, right? It's that Machiavellianism. The dark triad is narcissism, sociopathy, and Machiavellianism. And in an attempt to keep you close, that's right, Live Life, you're right, or in an attempt to keep you blind, what do? They look like they love you and care about you. But that Machiavellianism, that part of them that is stimulated by hurting other people, is still at play on the inside. And they're getting pleasure out of you believing that they really love you as much as they say they do. It's a sad dynamic, but you are absolutely right. Absolutely right. Elizabeth says a psychopath is still a psychological expression. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, yeah. I think I'm understanding what you're saying. Absolutely. A lot of people still use the term psychopath. It is a psychological expression. I think that's what I mean. And I think that's what you mean. Hopefully. Correct me if I'm wrong, Elizabeth. Ronald Zion says, good evening, Tam and family. Hello, good evening. I am so tired. Hopefully you guys are not sensing that. Hopefully I look like I have energy. But good evening to you too, Ronald Zion. Hope you are resting and taking it easy. All right, so let me keep going, guys. I'm looking through the comments. Yes, somebody can says, why the man as the examples and not the woman? We can
I agree. I agree with that.
Sometimes I feel like I give a lot of female examples. I'm trying to mix it up so they can, okay? But that is so cute and funny. So, yes, it can also be a man in these scenarios that I'm giving. Hi, Raymond Vincent Garcia. Welcome to the chat.
I feel like at this point, men talk shit more than females. Like more than 16-year-old girls sometimes. I'm just like, why? I don't understand why you're doing that. Saying that teenage girls do to each other when they are just like trying to like assert their dominance.
Let me share this with you as
They're
well.
just insecure.
And for those of you who are not following me on my
Lauren to
slowly
figure out
growing
like
Instagram, I've always
maybe I act this way because I don't feel confident, or like this is the only way that I can assert myself.
And I'm trying to build that channel up. But if you didn't see me on my
And it's
Instagram,
very
let me explain to you what happened. So I actually had somebody who was trying to see me for a consultation. And R.A. Andrews, this is why I'm saying this, okay? This is to what you're pointing out. They were supposed to see me for a consultation, and I was sick yesterday. I was very nauseous. It's either, so I have a neurological condition, meaning it's a medical condition. It's something that happens to my brain. It's on the order of epilepsy to a certain extent. I'll explain it to you guys at some other time. For the sake of time, I don't want to go into too many details, but I couldn't tell. Am I catching a stomach bug because all my clients have been sick this week and I've been exposed to them? Or is it my neurological condition that is making me nauseous? Either way, I'm not going to let this person come to my office and potentially get sick. You know, this person completely spazzed out, got offended, got angry, wanted to argue, didn't want to do teletherapy. I said, you know what? I can put you online. I can see you via Zoom. and they, for lack of a better clinical term, they basically threw themselves down on the floor, whined like a baby, and said, "I want my session, and I want it now. And I don't care if you're sick. I really don't care what the issue is today. I wanted you to see me in the office." And of course, I didn't give them a session. Like, you're not going to bully me into giving you a session.
Yeah, for sure.
But this is an example. Okay, this is an
That's
example of an
bullshit,
individual who may use
It is like, aren't you embarrassed?
deceptive affection, right? They
Like
will
when you fucking do that as a fucking grown ass adult, just like literally throwing a tantrum, and like people look at,
they may even
and there's like,
see
wow,
us
I
very,
just
very
get freaked
supportive.
out. It's like
That
fucking.
1 minute,
No,
you don't do what they want, or you don't do what they like, or you don't meet their expectations. Watch out, because they're coming after you, and it's going to be a very ugly thing. So that's an example. So I posted it on my Instagram yesterday. I may have posted it on YouTube as well. All right, Andrews, to your example, to your comment here, this is exactly the kind of person that you have to really run away from, because they have no internal ability to care about you. There's no compassion. It's I want what I want, and you're gonna give me what I want no matter what. Deceptive affection. And you may go to this person, for example, and say, "I really need some advice. I really need some help from you. Or can you just understand what position I'm in today?" This is the kind of individual that would say, "I really don't care. I want what I want, and I want it now," and get offended and create a very, very big issue for you. So Ari Andrews is correct.
Yeah, but like, and then like having to explain
I don't know if you're a female
why,
or
like,
not,
I'm not
or
allowed
not,
to,
but
like,
this is
you
what
have
this
to do
individual
that with people.
means
Every
when they
grown-ass
say,
adult, like, it's
you
so
know,
stupid.
this person didn't personally care for them and they had to walk away. And that
It's
is
not,
exactly
mister.
what deceptive affection really is. It's, I'm going to look like I care about you. I'm going to look like we are equals. I'm going to look like I totally get you, until that minute you disappoint me, and then we are absolutely going nowhere, because I didn't really care about you in the first place. I only wanted something from you. It's a very ugly dynamic. So Ari Andrews, you're correct. You do have to take distance from this person. You have to push this person to the outskirts of your existence, because they can and will try to destroy you. When I supervise other clinicians, this is exactly what I'm teaching them about, this very, very toxic dynamic.
You know what? By the time I got
And
out,
deceptive affection is often a part of
I
that.
was already so fucking broken. Like,
Sadie, hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Welcome to the chat. So glad to have you tonight. Says,
so all I was left was to pray to fucking drain my bank account. And
absolutely. This is mainly what our clinical research is about. Spouses.
all the other
This is
thing
what
would
they do.
be that he
Not
could
all
have
of
done
them,
was
but the ones who are toxic,
go back to being
unhealthy,
fucking
you know,
mean
the
to my
ones
cat.
who are cheaters, they're
Or
infidels,
like
they're
fucking
not
completely
honest,
ignore her
they're
and
not
like fucking
caring.
only be nice to
Yes,
her. I'm pretty sure
spouses
that's
fit this
probably what he
description.
does. He probably just like ignores her all the time
Okay.
and probably just
Let's keep
only
going. We have Napalm
gives attention to her
1334.
chat.
Hello and welcome to the chat. So glad to have you tonight. Says, my brother pulled this crap last night, literally. I gray rocked him to keep boundaries, and he is now trying to be all nice because he's drugged out, right? He's being shown up. I guess that's what you're saying. And I don't want to talk to him anymore. I don't blame you. I don't blame you.
No, I refuse to talk to him until he fucking
Yeah.
goes to rehab.
Sounds like a manipulative individual. You know, somebody that you really can't reason with. That's not good. That's not good. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. Keep in mind that in very dysfunctional, toxic families, you're going to find this dynamic. You're going to find these individuals who withhold affection, or their affection is inconsistent, or there's conditional affection, you know, or there's a situation where maybe they are verbalizing that they love you, but when it comes to actually showing you that they love you, they don't, because they can't, right? Yeah, that's horrible. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. Raymond Vincent Garcia Jr. says, would deceptive could be a form of conditional love? Okay, let me read that again, guys. Would deceptive... I'm not sure I understand, but I'm going to take a stab at this and say anything in a relationship that involves deception, it can be conditional because there's no truth in a relationship. So deceptive affection in a nutshell,
Yeah,
is
because that's what my
conditional.
family does.
Because it
Exactly
says,
what
I'm going to
family does.
shower you with love.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that
And
I
they,
love
yeah,
you.
and
I'm
they
even
say
going to
that
show that I
we
am
love each other in
overly
this
in love
family,
with
even if
you.
you murder somebody.
Even though at the core, I'm not.
But we're
And it's because
still
I'm getting
gonna
something from this. I'm,
completely fucking
you know, engaging in
allow
maintenance
someone to
of
try
the
to
relationship because
physically
I'm
abuse
single.
you and
I'm trying to get
then
something
take
from
their
you to say,
side. And then when
you know,
he even
don't
was
wanna look
like,
bad,
no, I pushed
or
her
I'm trying to
first,
save face.
they
You
still
know,
took
and
his
so
side.
yeah, conditional love is a part of deceptive affection.
Like-
Hopefully I answered that correctly for you, Raymond Vincent Garcia. Clarify for me if you need me to.
You know?
T Mac, hello
just,
and welcome. Glad to have you in tonight's live chat.
I was under the impression that my family members were like tough as fuck and you don't get fucked around with. You don't let someone fucking put their hands on you, like, and get away with it. Because then they'll keep doing it. Like,
jump into just a few tips on how you can manage this. I'm
But-
going to read your comments.
they also were not liking that what I was saying ever, basically. Like, they first time I ever wanted to do something with my life, they kind of stepped in the middle of it. Like Dustin, oh my god, after Dustin fucking like literally gave my mom like a verbal fucking lashing. Fucking she was like, he's never allowed back in my house, like I don't want him ever here ever again. Like she made it so that we were never gonna be able to be dating ever.
But there are
Literally, and I was like, but you understand, Mom, everything that he said, it's not true, it's just, it came from him. Like, I can say it. I can say that my mom's a piece of shit. Other people are not allowed to say that she's a piece of shit.
Think of different people who are, you
And I was like, that was not for you to say. He's like, yeah, but it's also not for her to message my sister. Being like, are they okay? They seem like they're not gonna, like,
I'm
not the family like that.
And I really believe
and he was like, she, like, far overstepped the boundary. I was like, I agree. I super agree with you. Doesn't make it okay that you fucking laid into her being like, oh, you're the reason why she's like this. Because I'm like, you're not wrong. No. But you don't get to say that to her. She knows. She doesn't need you to tell her.
And so, why is deceptive affection something that happens? I don't know. I really don't. But I can give you my humble ideas about it. That I think we live in a world that is full of deception. I think that doesn't exclude families and romantic relationships. And there you are in the middle of a relationship or situation where deception has
Well, the
now
whole
found
reason
you.
why I do kind of
I just think not all of us are deceptive,
fighting things.
but I just think we're all going to experience some
Kind of
form of it
everybody
in
fucking
some
constantly
way.
having an issue with
There's
something.
also a spiritual
I'm just like,
component
okay,
to that.
how
There's also
am
an
I gonna fix
existential
this?
component. I won't get into that because that's going to open up the live chat to a bunch of other worms. But that's one piece of why I think this happens so much. I also
Used to
think
be
that
like,
we're lied
okay,
to in
everyone's okay?
society.
Yes, okay. I'm gonna go fucking contemplate my fucking demise.
That relationships are loving at all times.
No
And,
one's
you know, if
jumping
you
in my
love
car.
somebody, everything is going to go great. You're never going to have to deal with any problems. You're never going to have to deal with deception. Family is everything. Romance
just
is
like Jesse.
beautiful. And that may be true
Face
in
down
some
in the ditch.
contexts. But that is not true for all of us. And we can't kind of, what's the word, generalize. We can't generalize. So we're lied to.
And the only time that
And so I think a lot
any of them
you
ever
are
liked me
experiencing
is when
the
I was
reality of
on
humanity.
heavy prescription
And that's why all of
medication.
you can relate to each other. You've experienced
And like
the
fucking
reality,
that fucking
while
dog
everybody
is so
else is
crazy, man.
probably still trying to
Yes,
figure it
like
out.
would not stop
Okay,
open my nose.
that's
And like
what
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
say in a
it's too
nutshell.
much.
That was a fantastic
You
question.
know,
Maybe I'll do a live chat on it
like
at
that's
some
a
point.
child's dose.
But
Like
that's
why
it
are
in a
children given
nutshell.
anti-fucking depressants? Like he was like, that's not the issue.
Church Jubilee says family alliance
Like
is
yeah,
why they
okay.
all
He's like, okay, well we're gonna update this.
A family alliance is an ugly, ugly thing. It says we are like this, me and a few other family
But you know what? I've never been part. Like I don't really get that.
It's some kind
People
of,
are so
it's
desperate to
some
be
kind of
part of
togetherness,
something,
brotherhood.
a group of some
And
kind.
it causes our families
Like
to
even like a
go
sports
against,
group or like
the person
a
that they are against.
their heritage. Like people are really
You know,
into knowing what their
it's kind of like the
heritage
in-group and the
is.
out-group phenomenon.
I've never really given
You're
you
the
a shit.
in-group and you're the out-group. We're gonna go against you.
Yeah, but I can't force people
Flower
to
Jade,
fucking
hello and welcome. I'm glad that you caught a
come
live
with
chat
me
tonight.
anymore.
Welcome,
Like, if
welcome.
people want to come along, they can come along. If not, then well,
I think that's
good
so
luck to you.
wonderful. I'm so glad. That's wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, Jack, I'm working on it.
That's wonderful. All right, let me give you some reasons, guys, why this is happening. I'll go ahead and read the rest of your comments, and then we'll go ahead and wrap up. So, what did I say? Why this is happening? We already did that.
Years of such a
I'm
lot
gonna
of
give you some tips
staring
on how to
at
deal with this. This is what I mean. Here's what research says. Research says the best way to deal with a situation where your parents have engaged you in deceptive affection is now that you're the adult. Maybe you look back and you say, you know what, my mom
I got that
never
shit
really
kind
loved
of
me,
down
never
to a
really
T.
understood me, was very narcissistic.
Because I wouldn't do it in my parents' house. That's fucking.
Very
That's
antisocial.
disrespectful.
I didn't have the
So
mom.
you have to like move and shit.
I didn't
Like,
have the mom.
obviously, you're not gonna stay in the fucking
So
house
how
that your
do
kid
you
died
go
in.
from that?
Or killed
Research
themselves in.
suggests the best way to start healing is to reparent yourself.
I have an email on my email. It's the only one that's in the important folder, and it's the only one that's unread. And it's just to say that if they find any other previous like suicide notes that were like very blaming it basically everybody, because there have been a few where I was just like, this is all your fault. Every single one of you're to blame for this. Like, because you guys suck so hard. Like, so I was like, disregard those. That's teenage angst. That is just a weedy teenager being like, but yeah.
That group of parents,
I would make it so that they'd never found me.
To care, and they don't seem
but I would make it so that after like a year or so,
that's the issue.
That
they
it would someone would come tell them.
So you've got to reparent yourself, and that means giving yourself all the things you didn't have, showing yourself.
Like, I know that's probably shitty to do to a stranger, but like I'd rather them eventually know than like. Because I would never stop looking for my kid. If my kid goes missing, I would never stop fucking looking.
Going to therapy, journaling.
I'd sell everything I fucking own.
Getting rid of negative energy in your life. That's reparenting yourself. You're saying, I didn't get all of this love as a child, but I'm going to give it to myself now as an adult. The other thing is steer clear of family alliances. That's another thing research suggests can be helpful in healing from very, very toxic family dynamics. Steer clear from family alliances.
Even now, I still look for allergies. Sometimes, like whenever I'm on like websites or Facebook, will be like, "Oh, this guy was lost." Sometimes I'll like cancel and I'll be looking for allergy.
That's the minute you're going to lose your objectivity. You're going to become emotional.
That was a little fucking. I did not want that cat. I really. Jack got that cat. The little kitten. And you may feel like I was trying to catch for about a week.
It is not. So research
tiny little kitten all by itself.
From working with these kind of
I was trying to catch it for about a week. It kept fucking. I look over it and it was fucking gone. I'm like, you are like Houdini. Like, I'm not catching this cat. And then one day I walked out in the back deck and Jack and the kitten were just like kind of like playing around each other. I was like, what? Good job, Jack. Cool. I didn't think the cat was gonna make it because it was very young, probably like 2 months. And I think he might have been a runt, but he was a Maine Coon. And I thought he was a female, so I named him Allie. And I brought him to the vet to get fixed. And I was like, they're like, your little boy, or your little girl's a little boy. I'm like, what? No? And then she was like, yeah, it's his balls didn't drop. I was like, shut the fuck up. Like, okay, is that like super bad? They're like, no, listen for removing the male. It's like for neutering. And they're like, well, go ahead and neuter just with different gender. Like, okay, yeah, because I don't want him going and knocking up the neighborhood. And, like,
whatever they've done, you recognize.
But he had a really high pitched meow.
You want to make sure that your boundaries are healthy.
Like,
you want
I
them
was like, no shit. Well, I'm gonna have to change your name, I guess. Ali G. Right in the middle. Okay, cat was me, a little partner in crime.
So make sure your boundaries are okay. You also want to promote clear and succinct communication.
After that, I was like, no more cats. And one cat that drowned in the pool. And like my fucking family, they're so fucking stupid. I came home because I finally got a place. I came home to get my cat after like 3 days. Or no, it was like fucking, it was like a week almost. Then he was there. And I was like, where's my cat? And they're like, oh, I haven't really seen like 3 days or so. I'm like, 3 days? What? Everything you say and do from this point on. And I was just like, I was like, he's for sure not gonna be in the pool, but I'll go check the pool anyway. And he's at the bottom pool. And that was the fucking saddest thing. See a cat going like, fucking me. That still fucking makes me cry. And my sister like was making up like this fucking story, being like, "Oh, I think he was murdered." And the other cats like cornered him on the deck, and pushed him into the pool. I was like, "You're a fucking asshole."
Yeah, absolutely.
I stopped talking when he was born.
Relational confusion. I hate it. It's like, it's like these unhealthy family members, they never really cared about you, or even unhealthy
your memory's
people in other
slipping.
relationships.
You're not
They never really
remembering
cared about you in
right.
the first place. Now you know they don't care about
That
you.
never happened.
And
I'm like,
it's like they
okay.
encircle you with their poison, right? And here
I
you
genuinely
are,
thought like my brain was like starting to not remember stuff properly. Like I thought like I was brain damaged. Like you did too much drugs. I was like, too much drugs? Like what? Like I don't fucking do drugs. I don't get to do drugs. That's the fucking shittiest part. Like I should have done a whole fuck ton more drugs. But I knew that you guys are just gonna forever be like, oh, you're on drugs. And I'm just like, fucking, why didn't I do more drugs then? I should have done more drugs.
The research is saying somebody who is behaving as
fucking everyone else is partying it up.
Showering you and they're giving you everything.
Yes, I just know that if I fucking get 2 shift days and I pass out in a ditch somewhere, guess what? I'm gonna wake up in that ditch a couple hours later. Hopefully, maybe.
Cause themselves to, what's the word that I'm looking for? I had it and I missed it.
Hopefully not raped beforehand. Like
their behavior of over loving you, I'll put it that way, can actually cause them to really start to love you. It's kind of like a dichotomy. I don't really care about you, but
no, I was trying to find myself a place to live that wasn't there. Because I was an adult sitting on the couch in the living room and she was getting like I totally agree. I understand why you just fucking kind of fed up with your fucking 20-year-old living in your living room. I was setting up my computer in the living room and she was just like, nope. I was like, why? Like, I understand. It's not like you have anyone over anywhere to be like in the living room. And she was like, that's not the point. I'm like, alright, well, I'm gonna understand the point. I was fucking trying to leave. My dad was retiring though, and she told me that she was afraid of being alone with my dad. Like, why would you be afraid of being alone with dad? Like, and she was like, because we haven't been alone before you guys were born.
That's where family coalitions happen the most. I had
like, yeah, but like, I don't understand what it is that you're afraid of. What is he gonna do?
Mom had children.
Nothing. Like, that's not like that at all.
Moved out of the home and they were on their own. And then she had
her new
husband, children who were
I fucked up. I did the wrong way.
And so she has to
Not
love
pay
and care
attention,
about them.
idiot.
But she's building a coalition and an alliance with them.
We went on family vacations.
Against her eldest children who moved out.
And we're trying to figure out who's gonna sleep where.
Really ugly dynamic. It happens a lot.
I'm like, why don't you just sleep on the couch with the towels in, and me and dad will sleep in the bedroom.
Are horrifying. Yes.
And she literally was like, "You be okay with that?
Let me just say this for those who
Like,
are not aware.
be okay with our understand what? So you be okay? Like, you and dad sleep in the same bed? Like, yeah, like what? Like Katie's gonna rape me? Like, Jesus, mom. What the fuck?
I can't tell if my emotions are my emotions or your emotions. I can't tell if my like of this kind of clothing is
You're
my
like my
like
best
or
friend
yours.
growing up who
I
fucking
can't tell if
literally
I'm wearing those boots because
was
you're wearing them or I'm wearing them.
like raped by
I
her
can't tell
stepdad.
anything because I'm so
And
like
he was
this
like, they were fucking
with my
super
family,
tight. Like,
that I can't figure out where I
like they would do like daddy-daughter day and shit, and then one day he decided that he would try to rape her.
Like college, right? That child goes
So she didn't really like men too much, and she didn't have a father. She had a grandfather. So her grandfather was the only person that she trusted. Then her like 2 brothers or 3 brothers. But my father fucking made her waffles once, and she's like, "I love your dad. Your dad's awesome." Like, yeah, I know, but that is pretty awesome.
Because her daughter is now married and going on with her life, and they've been enmeshed for so long. Enmeshment can be the worst thing. For me, it's worse than codependency because enmeshment says we are like this. It's like a pact, right? Codependency, you can kind of work through that, but not enmeshment. Enmeshment is my feelings are mine and your feelings are mine. That's kind of how that goes. Stephanie said hello and welcome to
No one knows you better than I do.
Sign off in just about 5 minutes.
I know you better than you.
Says, in my family, they always
because you're
said,
just like me.
if you don't want to be talked about, then you have
I
to
was
stay
like,
in the room.
no.
I hate that. I've heard that.
Like,
I've had it on my
not
couch
that
this
she's a
week.
bad person.
Somebody said to
But,
me
look,
this week,
no,
they told their daughter that you don't want to be talking about stay a part of the family situation. Don't go and withdraw in your room. And I have to wrestle with, don't do that. That's
hey, booby, what's up? You
it's
finished treats?
minimizing, it's condescending, and it's controlling.
You finished your whole plate of food. Good boy, Jack. Look at you, big boy. Good walk today. Good fucking eating.
Flower Jade says, I have a family like that.
You're such a
Sadly,
good
that's
boy,
how I
mister.
used to relate to people. I'm glad I caught it and I changed that. Yeah, absolutely. You can change it. You can.
Oh, fucking smart. More? More?
Yeah, I like that cherry jubilee. I'm just gonna leave that up there for a second while I go through the comments. Yeah, I love that comment, cherry jubilee. Courtney Fredro says, I was already suicidal and my sister said on the phone to me, he only meant to be saved. I was thinking, why are you defending him? I was already, okay, let me read this again. I was already suicidal and my sister said on the phone to me, he only meant to be saved. I was thinking, why are you defending him? Did I miss a part of that conversation?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Like maybe, yeah,
I'm
but maybe
sorry.
maybe
I don't know
she's
what to
got a
say to that
point.
because I can't really make sense out of that. First of all, I'm sorry you've had to deal with that. That's not okay. If I missed something, let me know. I'm willing
A lot of
to
the time,
answer
maybe
that.
you are overreacting.
Elizabeth
A lot
Pepper
of the
says,
time, I was
welcome to the
literally
chat, by
like,
the way. Says, would love bombing be classified as this?
I was
Absolutely.
unintentionally doing it, but I make up stories in my head that, like, by the time Destin got home, I was unconsolable. Like, and it was literally, you get home at like 12:30, like 12:45. And it's like not like it's pretty far from a drive too downtown, like to PJ's. So it's like a 25-minute drive. It's like I even dropped Ryan off on top of that. He's like, "Why are you so upset?" I'm like, "You're cheating out of your Chelsea." He was like, "What?" Like I'd make up these stories in my head, and it would start off with something small, like that Chelsea's fucking there, like with her friends or whatever. Bet that fucking he probably fucking like bought like she probably bought him a drink or she probably bought her a drink, being like, "Oh, I'm sorry for like how like our relationship ended." And they probably fucking started talking about it and they probably fucking cheated. And it would just like escalate and I'd be like literally hysterical, unconsolable by the time he got back. It's like it's literally 12:30. And I dropped off Ryan. Like I left at like 11. Like I was like fucking I didn't mean to though. I didn't mean to. It was just I was so scared of him leaving. I was so because I didn't feel good about myself. I felt like I was a shitty person. I felt like I was shitty to be around. Apparently that was when I was the coolest. And I started being a club rat. And there was no fucking I did not wait in fucking line. I just walked in, fucking skipped the line. I know the fucking bouncer usually at every fucking place on Crescent. And I fucking also Crescent is like the street that like the club rats go on to. Saint Laurent is the place that the bougie clubbers go to. Or like you go to Radio Lounge. It's like Passard or something. Oprah has like a house there. Good boy, mister.
Pace Lamb says hello and welcome. We're just off here just a little bit. Says the hardest thing is how snow I've been in.
When I thought I was super cool, that's when I was most lame because I was unaware that I was what do you call it? Basically bait, so that my friends could all get free drinks all night.
I'm sorry that you have to deal with that.
Therefore, I didn't really drink.
This is
because my dad worked. Oh my god, this fucking drink. Okay, this thing. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna fucking die. It's actually 7-Up with lemonade, and it's an alcoholic beverage. But my dad worked at. There's a school in the house.
And deceptive affection is a part of that dynamic. Queen Butterfly, hello and welcome. I love that. That's such a cute screen name. Says my mother got mad.
There's a squirrel in my house.
Against my father, like my siblings did during their divorce. Wow. You know what that's called?
Hello.
It's called parental alienation. Parental alienation. It is also called cross-generational parent-child alliance or collision.
Peed on the floor.
That's what I mean. The parent and the child.
I just peed on my floor.
Against the other parent.
And you're about to
talk
poop on
bad
my
about
floor.
the other parent, they create trouble with the
Is
other
it seen
parent.
it somewhere?
They may even go to therapy, right? Just to talk about and put on a medical record whatever they want to put on a medical record about the other parent. They may also go to therapy and say things to the therapist that will then trigger a Child Protective Services report against that other parent.
What are you
So that's
doing?
called parental alienation.
Uh-oh, there goes the
parent uses
dog.
the child to get back at the parent or do
What?
some very unhealthy things. And
Go ahead, Jack, if you want him.
they don't care.
And it's gone.
And sometimes the parent is
Glad we got you
angry
the
and
fuck out of
uses
here.
the child
You peed on my
to get over
floor.
the other parent. So
Gross.
parental alienation or
Shit, what
cross-generational
time is it?
parent-child alliance.
11. I
Team
have to
up
go.
together and they go against the parent.
I have to go pick up.
It's a very, very sad scenario. Hello, Shalin Monk. Hopefully I said it correctly. Welcome to the chat. We're going to sign off here in just a little bit. Hoodie 18 says, this is part narcissistic abuse by proxy. Yeah, you can put it that way. Yeah, you can definitely put it that way. All right, just scrolling through. We're going to sign off. Marquise Jennings, hello and welcome to the chat. So glad to have you. Says, I adore your content. Thank you so much. See, you're wearing that costume from Ohio. Wow, that's amazing.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Listen, you are brilliant. Thanks so much.
Go watch Troll.
I'm learning so
Fucking,
much.
what's his name? I just know him.
Thank you. Blessings to you too. And
Fucking hilarious.
That's wonderful. God bless you. That's so sweet. Thank you so much. That's humbling.
Is it
Annie
amazing?
says sadism is added in the dark to tread. Yeah, or triad. Woo, you got me saying the wrong thing now. I'm convinced that's the combination of the devil himself. You know what? I don't disagree. I'll put it that way. I don't disagree. You're literally in hell with such. But yeah, it feels like it, doesn't it? Like you're in a fiery place.
Yeah,
and it feels like a battle. It feels like a battle.
It's just
All
shit
right,
bad.
guys.
Just got a little bit worse, I guess.
You guys have such awesome comments.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
LC Sack, hopefully I said that correctly. Welcome to the chat. Glad to have you. Says it sounds like the person you're describing dehumanizes others when they don't get their way. Absolutely. Remember that person? I don't know if you were here earlier. You could have been that person I told you about that wanted a consultation, and she said to me, "I want my session, and I want it in the office, and I want it now." That particular individual didn't get what they wanted. And so what do? They dehumanize you. They minimize you. They condescend. They fight with you. They wrestle with you. And they won't bend with you because they're not getting what they want. So they really do want. They're very, very entitled individuals.
I was going to be like, if I
that happened to
see
me
your son
recently, and I'm like,
being
this is
up
a
his
great live
sister,
chat topic.
is it okay if I help you out? I'm like, obviously not going to hit the child, like discipline the child, but you're supposed to protect your little sister.
Yeah,
do not hit your little sister.
You're welcome.
Like,
Lil Meow, hello.
Oh my god,
welcome.
like,
Glad
holy
to have
god.
you. You're welcome. Thank you for coming
just
tonight.
like, all his things, like, hey,
okay.
wanna pick up something?
Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off.
Okay,
Whatever I didn't answer, feel free to.
Fucking, you don't like your sister?
Somebody
You know,
just
like,
go out of my closet.
you like,
Okay,
do
that
what
means
you
it's
want.
time to go home. There must be a
Brother's
sign
job to protect
to
his
sign
sister.
off. You're welcome,
beat up on your sister.
Raymond
I don't
Vincent
hate your
Garcia.
siblings,
You're welcome.
ever.
You're welcome.
Me and my
Alright,
sister,
guys,
the
I'm
worst
gonna
thing
go
that my
ahead and
sister
sign
could
off.
say to me,
Stay tuned for my video tomorrow night. I'm going to talk
once
about this.
I had friends over and she was like, oh wow, I'm surprised Matt actually has friends.
More information,
And I was like, you know what? That was fucking really mean.
Some new terms
That was really shitty
that
thing
may
to
help
say.
you understand your
Like,
situation.
especially in front of
But I
all
hope you guys
of my
have a
friends.
wonderful weekend. Stay safe.
And like, that was
see you
worse than
soon.
hitting my
Bye-bye.
sister, calling her a fucking bitch, whatever. Like, that was way worse. So she biked to McDonald's, bought me 45 chicken wraps, and like five fries, and then like a couple different drinks. But like, she was trying to balance the drinks, I guess, on her lap, like on the way home, and she spilled them all over herself. And so she just like came to my room, ugly girl, crying. She threw a bunch of bags of McDonald's at me, and she was like, "I'm sorry, okay," and just like ran away. I was like, "What the fuck? What was that?" I'm like, well, fucking, why did it look like she peed herself? I'm so confused. But that is the way worst thing that you could say to your sibling. Being like, that really hurt my feelings. Apparently, that is way more effective. I don't really have any feelings anymore at this point, I don't think, but whatever. It was only like fucking recently that I guess, I don't know, I just kind of forgot about all the years I was a kid and I was alone. A lot. I was always sick. Always sick. Always stay home. I wasn't allowed to go out for recess either. Or like I wasn't like allowed to go outside for lunch and shit with other kids. And my mom was always at home sleeping. She's always in bed. Always. Well, at least I know her. At least at that time I knew where she was. So like she couldn't get into any shenanigans. Like I just like I don't know why I forgot about that. Like they would be waiting for my dad to get home. They would be waiting for my dad to come home because he would only get home at like midnight. And her and my sister would go to Tim Hortons to get ice caps and shit. And I'd be like, "Can I come too?" And they're just like, oh, "No, I'm mad. You're supposed to be sleeping first of all." Like I never even fucking had to go to school anyway. Like. And then mom was like, "Oh, Caitlin's in high school, or like Caitlin is like has her first boyfriend. She just needs to like talk to me about some stuff." It was always that I was a drag. It was always the unwanted tag along kind of. Whenever my mom would force my sister to let me go with her and her friends, I would just be like, oh. Be like, "Let me go with you." I was always they were really mean to me. They were fucking really mean to me. My dad wasn't home a lot. He was working a lot. Worked graveyard shifts. Like I didn't understand that at that age. All I knew is that my dad was not really ever around, and when he was home, he was sleeping. Like, during the day. And, like, it was the way that he said it to me, but it was also my mom didn't want me and my dad to have a relationship. But it's mostly that he didn't know how to talk to me. I had a red light in my room when I was a teenager, and I had a lot of guy friends. Let's be real. I basically only had guy friends. I lucked out though because they were all like 5 years older than me. They were all my sister's friends first, but my sister sucks, so they would be my friends instead. I was really lucky that they were all fat nerds, and I hit on every single one of them, and they were like, "Oh man, we love you, but not like that." And I'd be like, "Crying, you don't think I'm pretty?" Like, "No, man, no, you're so pretty. You just gotta maybe not be so easy." I'm like, "You're calling me a slut?" They're like, "No, we're not calling you a slut. You're just like not because like a guy is like, oh, you're so pretty, I love you. Like, it's not a good enough reason to give it up and be like, we're dating now." Because it's not really how life works, unfortunately. Like, yeah, no, I had a really good group of friends growing up when I was a teenager. But they were all my sister's friends first. Fucking. I have to go. What's the matter? What? Oh, right, girlfriend. My bad. Like waiting. What the hell is my dad waiting for? Give a fucking boost. Ugh. I get smoked the loser. Ugh. Girlfriend? Yeah. Ooh, that's my liver, I think. Oh, maybe it's my bladder. That makes sense. Is your liver near your bladder? Because I know I have what do you call it? Lacerated liver. 3 different lacerations on my liver. Not sure to what degree, because I was not aware that you could have degrees of fucking lacerated liver. So. Okay. I'm gonna go to the pet store. I'm gonna get you some of that mouthwash stuff. Hey? Hey? We'll get you some more of that mouthwash stuff. Maybe we do a bit of salt water? Hey? Okay. Oh my god, what? Oh, that hurt. What will be? I have to go in the car. I'll be right back. I'm thinking the reason that like my memory kind of blocked that out is because afterwards me and my mom got really close. Let's feeling this right here. Mom used to do fucked up shit though with her. Brought her to her boyfriend's once. Her coach's boyfriend. I think that was it for her. That was when she started like really hating my mom. But it was when mom and Allison, her friend, she brought her to a fucking sex shop once. And like, that's why I know that. I was like, that's fucked up. Like, she would never dream of fucking pulling that shit with me. Oh my god. I lied to her so hard. And I make sure to do it right outside the front of the store too. It's fucking gross. But it's weird because then my sister, like for consecutive years, like she'd have a Fantasia party. It's like a Tupperware party, but with sex stuff. Oh, gross. It's not fucking gross. I'll fucking have some issues they need to all fucking work out. What's up, Jack? Want your girlfriend? Oh, okay, whoa. Relax. Relax, please. Calm down. Stop. Jack. No, stop. Stop. Oh, baby. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I know, but you're already fucking reverse sneezing, baby. Relax a little bit, okay? Relax. Okay. Maybe do some salt water before I go. Mm-hmm. Oh, Jack. Okay. Okay. Okay, baby. You breathing? Your throat's all swollen on that side. Your other side's better. Yeah. Ah, gross. I'm gonna go wash my hands with my earwax. Jack, chill. You're gonna give yourself a heart attack, okay? Ah. Okay. I'm gonna wash my hands. Get off. What the fuck was that? Oh, okay, never mind. It's fine. Just a pooper. What? What? What do you want? Ah,